All right, so let's solve this problem that is coming from an SAT reviewer, something um, related to multiples of a number. So it's just a basic arithmetic, and this is an SAT problem, which might come out as well in your future test. So an integer that is a multiple of 32 must also be a multiple of which of the following integers. So you might ask, what are those? What's an integer? So the integer are those numbers which are whole numbers, but includes positive and negative, including zero. So like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. And also the one below the zero is -1, -2, -3, and so on. So those are integers. So it's basically just the whole numbers from 0 to infinity and the negative or the opposite sign of those numbers. So uh, let's look at the choices. It says that A is 11, B is 9, C is 8, and D is 5. So let's try to comprehend the problem. It says that an integer that is a multiple of 32 must also be a multiple of what of the choices, or which of the choices. So what are those multiples of 32? So 32, if it says multiple, is just add it by itself. 32 plus 32 or times 2 is 64. Then times it with 3. So it's 32 times 3, that's 96. Or just simply 64 plus 32. So it can just keep on adding itself to get all those multiples and so on. So those are the multiples of 32. Now, how to get the possible answers for this. And by the way, the answer for this problem is actually 8. So we're going to explain why the answer is 8. And what are the possible answers aside for the one in the options. So let us break this 32 into its prime factors. So we can separate 32 into 8 times 4, because 8 times 4 is 32. And 4 can be separated into 2 times 2. And 8 can be separated as 4 times 2, where 4 can be separated as 2 and 2. So these are the possible of factors of 32. We have 2, so we have 2, 4, and 8, and also 1, of course. So those factors, we call it factors of 32, are the one that can have also the multiples of 32. So these are, so for 32, these are 1, 2, 4, 8, and of course itself. So as long as it is a factor of 32, so all these factors of 32 can divide the 32. The 1, 2, 4, 8, and 32. So if it's a factor of 32, it must be also having the multiples of the 32, which is 64 and 96. So for example, if we have 8, for example, so 8 plus 8, 16, plus another 8, it's 24, plus another 8, that's 32, plus another 8 is 40, and plus another 8, that's 48, another 8 is 56, another 8 is 64. So eventually it will get one of those factors, I mean multiples of 64. As long as it's a factor of 32, it will eventually get that the other multiples. So same as the 4, 2, although it's gonna be longer. But all those will get the 64 and 96 as its multiple. So aside for 8, I'm just saying that aside for 8, these are the possible answers, but it's just that they are not in the options. So that's why the answer is 8. So I hope you have learned something from this video, and please help me develop this channel by subscribing to this channel.